Are you a network marketer that either A, just can't build a team, or B, you're like, I've built a team, yes, and then they don't take action, and you're like, oh man, back to the drawing board. If you've got either of those issues, I'd love to be able to help you. I built the 4th highest performing team in an entire organization that had 80,000 reps. So there's plenty of things that I don't know about, as my wife will say, but team building, I do know a thing or two. So I'd love to share some of that advice with you in today's video. So stay tuned if that sounds good, and I'll be right back. Welcome back. So I've got some notes off camera. I've come prepared, like to be professional and all that, but I want to give you the best value. So we'll just get straight to it. Definitely, there's 4 points here. I mean, the last one is probably the most useful. I don't know why I've stuck it at the end, so make sure you stick around for that. But all of these are really valuable if you're either A, looking to build a higher performing team, or B, try and build a team in the first place. Let's just dive straight in. So the first thing I would say is, I remember when I was taught this example. I remember my coach saying to me, Richard, the work that you're praised for in public is done in private. And I was like, oh, what's that mean? He's like, listen, you've got to ask yourself the question every day. If you want your team to perform, would I be happy if my team members did what I've just done today? Would that build their business? Because you've got to walk the walk. And if you're getting angry at people saying, oh man, I sign these people up, they talk big, they deliver little, they're just doing the easy stuff, they're not doing the growth stuff. Maybe you have to look at yourself and say, well, is that what I'm doing? Is that why I get so cross with them? Because it kind of reflects badly on my actions. I know I definitely had to hold my hand up and go, hey, yeah, I've got to start with me. If it is to be, it's up to me, right? Also, like attracts like. They say opposites attract. Maybe that's true. I think people just say that when they don't have something in common in their dating, right? Well, don't worry, opposites attract. So if you really want to attract winners, you've got to make sure that you're winning in your business too, in the sense of the actions that you put in, your personal development, the messaging that you're putting out there. So just be aware of that. Whatever bait you're using is going to dictate the fish that you catch. What's your bait in terms of attracting a team? Your social media posts, your activities, your action, your numbers, your daily method of operation. So please be aware of that to instantly attract better people and hopefully have a much less frustrating time. Next thing I would say is you really want to go where you're deserved, not needed. The amount of times I've had people come to me, team leaders, and they said, Richard, I'm always on the phone with my team. I'm always trying to help them, weekly meetings. And I'm like, well, that's your problem. They're like, what do you mean? I want to be a good leader. I'm like, a good leader, is it someone that makes friends and feels good about? Like, oh, they're all happy with me. They're all smiling. Or is it someone that helps people take responsibility and get results in their life? Listen, when I was building a team, and I built a big one, I would much rather be friends with my teammates. I really wanted to be able to generate friendships. But more than anything, my responsibility to my team, as the same is to yours, is to help them get the goals that they came here and joined you for. You see that, right? So given the choice between aggravating people, annoying people, asking them difficult questions, but them creating unimaginable success and happiness, or keeping them where they are, which probably is unhappy in their life, but they think I'm a great guy, I will take the first one. Because at least then I can look with some pride and go, well, I didn't take the easy route, but I helped them. So make sure that before you pick up a phone, ask yourself, if this is going to bring my team member closer to their goal or actually push them further back? Because what you may find is if you're messaging every 2 minutes, they won't learn the skill of finding their own answers. And if you're calling them every 2 minutes or every single few days to pick them up, then what they feel is, oh, I worked in my business that day. I had a 3-hour coaching call. No, what you did was give them an excuse to procrastinate and say, tomorrow I'll start building my business because today I've already done a lot on it. They're not going to make any money or generate any leads or get any sales or signups while they're on the phone to you. So please, I know it's hard, and kudos to you if you're trying to be a good coach or a good leader, but the best way is to inspire the right actions, and that sometimes means a little bit of tough love, okay? Next point, this is a funny one. It's easier to give birth than to raise the dead. Now, if you're a woman and you've had lots of babies or difficult, you would say, well, you try that, Richard. You try giving birth, right? So I'm not belittling that, but I'm just saying that, if you've got a team and you've built it a certain way and they're just not budging, maybe it's time to inject some new growth. There's no enthusiasm like new enthusiasm. I found that when I was building my team. Everything I give you is from the field. It's the beauty of watching my trainings. This isn't like, lick your finger in the wind and go, which way is it blowing? I just give it to you straight. So trust me on this. I found that if I wanted to create a bit of FOMO, fear of missing out, kick some lazy people at the backside without actually having to do it, just bring in a bunch of people, show that there's some movement, show that there's some action through your own numbers and through theirs, and everyone all of a sudden goes, whoa, this needs to move to the top of my to-do list. What am I missing out on here? Where's this momentum coming from? They don't want to get left behind. If they feel you need them, then they're kind of like, some people can get a bit funny in that position. But if you feel you're moving on with or without you, that's instantly more attractive and inspires more action. So I would give you that as a next piece of advice. And then the final one, which is probably the biggest one, but it's really useful. So if you're patient and you stuck around, you're going to be rewarded. You want to create a culture. I highly advise building a team name, almost like a team brand. We had Team No Regrets. We had Team Begin Living. It wants to represent what you're trying to accomplish in the team. Why would you do that? Why would you go to that trouble? Well, people want to be a part of something greater than themselves. Of course, a lot of people get into network marketing. They want to improve their income, improve their free time. But beyond that, what keeps them in the game while they're still learning the ropes, and maybe they're taking some licks and it doesn't go as easy as they thought, maybe you're in that position too, is what am I building here? What am I a part of? Think about, I don't know if you've ever played in a sports team before. I used to compete in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and a large part of confidence came from my preparation with my team. Like, I would think about the training sessions that I'd had, and I would step onto that mat and I'd be like, whoever steps onto that mat in front of me, they ain't going to be as tough as my teammates. They put me through hell to prepare me for this competition. Like, literally blood, sweat, and sometimes tears over the years. You're like, man, this is hard training. And they're doing it from a position of that they want to help me. So looking at the guy to your left and your right sometimes, when I'd step onto that mat, I'd be like, hey, they've got my back. I'm fully prepared. And sometimes that's what's needed in your team. While they're struggling in their life and maybe not sharing personal issues with you, they're looking to the person on their left and their right and saying, well, who's got my back? What am I a part of here? Where's my preparation come from? What am I involved in? What is this greater than me? Are we on a mission here? Are we doing some good? That culture is what keeps a lot of people in the game long enough to get the skills to get the results. That culture, camaraderie, being part of something on a mission is what gives them purpose that brings them through to be brave and take those brave actions. So don't discount having a team culture that stands for something. And a way that you can really inspire that culture would be having weekly or monthly Zoom calls, get the team together, teach them something new, but also give them just a chance to really ask questions, feel involved, reaffirm the mission. It would be just hanging out online. Do something fun. Maybe do a watch along of a personal development video or listening to a personal development audio. Get them involved in the right kind of activities. Praise the right actions in the group. Don't just praise results. Praise the actions that lead to those results, because that's where it comes from. If you're only focused on the superstars getting all the sales and sign-ups, then no one else will really take action. Of course, praise those people, but make sure you praise the people taking the right actions that are yet to have that breakthrough. There's loads of stuff I could teach you around culture. If you're in my training program, if you're a client of mine, you haven't reached the module yet, there's an entire process that I'll put you through to create that type of structure in your business. But even being aware of what I've said today, hopefully you can start to attract a higher caliber of person, more of those people. And then when you do, bring them into something that inspires them to take greater actions, both through your own activity, but also putting that activity in the right places, which I've hopefully given you some great ideas for. Hopefully giving you some great ideas for today. Anyway, that's enough for today. Hopefully you found it useful. If you did, let me know in the comments. Let me know with a like. That helps me reach more people and lets me know, hey, do more of this type of video, Richard. They're finding some use from that. Listen, network marketing is tough. I know that. I've lived it for over a decade now. But when you get it right, for me, there's very few business models out there that can provide the kind of lifestyle that I've been able to live. I don't know if I could do that anywhere else, and help many other network marketers get. If you'd like to be around me, my community, the culture I create, more training from me, of course, subscribe here on YouTube. But also I have a free Facebook group, which is entirely free. I don't allow anybody else to kind of promote in there. I'm coaching other network marketers in there through content, live sessions, Q&As. I left my position as a rep so that there is no interference. There's no one going to try and cross-recruit you. So it's a totally safe environment, a totally positive environment, up-to-date modern methods, building a high-performing team. In whatever company you're in, you'll be welcome. And like I said, non-promotional, totally focused on your success. So if you think you'd benefit from that, in the description, there'll be a link where you can click that and come along and request to join, and I'll approve you personally for free. If you make it, I'll see you over there. Look forward to delivering you more value. If you're a subscriber, I'll speak to you again soon on the next video. And whatever you do, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires and excuses. Happy oh God, I should have just ended it there. Happy team building, and I will see you on the next one when I'll hopefully have read a dictionary and come better prepared with my language. See you soon. Bye for now.